Hey, what's up, BMX nerds? Welcome back to another episode of Kanode Knows, brought to you by Dig BMX. On this week's episode, we got Alex Donnachie. He's a living legend, one of the best bike riders in the world. You already know who he is. I met him when he came out to Arizona for a trip like 10 years ago. I stayed at the Gully House with Maloof, and it was like Chris Kyle. It was an OG BSD trip. They were filming for Any Which Way. But yeah, I love this conversation. I'm glad Alex came on. Thanks for coming on, Alex. Couple of things. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. You get all that. 5-star review, do all that stuff. But other than that, in the Chase Hawk episode, I mentioned that we would pick a random comment and get them some free Burn Slow shit. And me and Alex did that together at the beginning of this episode. So hopefully you're watching the guy who won. His name was like Anti something. You'll see when you watch. And I left a comment, so send me an email. You're the winner, and you can see in this video that it was random. Alex chose it. And yeah, aside from that, is there anything else we need to cover? No, let's get into it. Alex Donnachie. Hello, Alex Donnachie. Donnachie. How do you say it?
Donnachie.
Donnachie.
Donnachie, yeah.
I should know that. I've been knowing you for like 27 years. I remember I must have been 22 or 23, so at least 10 years ago. And
Yeah.
you were staying at the Gully House out here in Arizona for some BSD trip. You remember that?
Yeah.
Young squeaky
Long
Alex.
time
How
ago.
old are you now?
28.
Yeah, so you're just an 18-year-old little punk, dude. I have a picture somewhere. If I scrolled through my phone, I have a picture of either you or Chris Kyle pissing in public, and I can't remember like which one it was. It's probably Chris.
Could be either.
Could be either. Get a little alcohol in you
Yeah.
boys and you fucking wild.
Good old days.
Let's do something together before we get into it. So a couple episodes ago, I forget which episode. I think it was Devin. No, it was the Chase Hawk episode where I said leave a comment that says burn slow, and I'll pick a random winner. So let's pick a random winner together, Alex.
Ooh, nice.
And then they get a burn slow t-shirt.
Ooh, lucky them.
So let's see. Can I do search burn slow? All right. So we got Ray, Adit, Tian, Perfect Sum, Haulers. You pick which one of
What's
these
the
four.
criteria? What's the criteria for picking?
It's
It's
random.
gotta be random.
Alex, you just gotta pick. Yeah.
All right. Add it, Tian. He can have it.
Add it, Tian. All right.
Yeah.
You win, bro. Email me. Yeah, I promised I'd buy a Burn Slow shirt for somebody. I hope he doesn't live all across the entire world, but we'll see. Anyway, now that that's out of the way. Cool. What's up, Alex? How was your day?
Not bad. Pretty chill over here. We've got the clocks turn forward or back tonight, so we get an extra hour in bed.
Nice.
So it's gonna get dark at like 4 in the afternoon now, which is
Fuck.
good.
Is that good?
No, it's not good. I'm just joking.
The weather's turning here too. Like I went out of town and then came back, and all of a sudden I'm cold. I'm wearing long sleeves. Like I can turn the cold air off in AZ. Cold. It's 69 degrees outside, but it's fucking
must be tough.
Yeah,
must be tough.
tough life out here. Finally Arizona season.
Nice.
So what does a day in the life look like for you? Like, do you have a job or is it all BMX?
No, all BMX. Luckily enough, I get to ride.
Yeah, that's
although
awesome.
I have been injured for like 6.5 months now. I haven't been riding much.
You got a girlfriend, boyfriend?
Yeah, girlfriend at the moment. She's in the other room, being quiet.
Nice. What's that? You like renting an apartment? You got a dog? What's your life like?
Nah, no dog. I would love to have a dog, but normally I travel quite a bit, so it's not really a good idea.
Yeah, it is hard to travel.
Yeah, I got an apartment just near KG Skate Park, Kelvin Grove Skate Park in Glasgow. It's like the outdoor one.
Sick.
So yeah, good.
So you can get your practice in. So what's this injury you're talking about?
Yeah, so the injury started. We're on a BSD trip in Vancouver, the start of the year, about April time. It's like a just like a new team trip. They've got some new guys coming on, so we were doing a trip, and it was going really well. And then like I think it's second to last day, just mucking around on this like 4 foot out ledge, and did like a feeble 180, and like went off the back and got tangled in the pegs, like trying to jump off, and rolled both my ankles at the same time,
Hmm.
going backwards. But luckily, I had a space brace on my right ankle, so it was fine. But then my left one was real bad,
Shout out
and
Space Brace, dude.
yeah,
promo code Donnachie.
exactly, plug him. So yeah, so it started with that, but then I was like, okay, I'm gonna really take my time with this, let it heal properly, do all the physio in the gym, got it feeling really good. Anyway, first session back, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take it easy today. Went to the skate park, rode for like 10 minutes. I was like, oh, that was good. And then the second day, I'm like, okay, I'll go, you know, for a little bit more. And so I got two space braces. I got a new brace, and it was like real stiff, and I had it on super tight. Anyway, I literally like second drop in, I jump over the bars pretty much on flat doing a nose manual. And because it was a nose 180, I was like just to the side, and I've landed flat footed, and all my weight has just shifted and it's just gone to my knee, and I tore a meniscus. Like
Fuck.
couldn't even just like that straight away. So um
Damn, and that's because you were trying to avoid hurting your ankle, and
yeah, I
then
was
now you hurt
literally
your.
doing
Oh my
everything I
god.
could to try and
Yeah,
avoid it. That's why it's kind of sucks, like how I got injured. But
yeah.
maybe I'm doing too much
It's
to
always on the
try
little
and
shit
avoid.
too. Like the
Yeah,
craziest injuries happen on mucking about on a 4 foot ledge. Is just like, what the fuck, dude? I hate it.
yeah, I know. Um, so yeah, so luckily I managed to get surgery because the type of tear it was, I had to have surgery. Like it was stuck in the joint, so it stopped my knee from getting full flexion. So I had to get surgery. Luckily, I was able to get surgery real quick, and
Why is that lucky?
because in Scotland on the NHS, it's like a massive waiting list.
So how'd you get in quick?
I know the doctor.
You bribe some doctor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of
Nice.
like that. Yeah. So I have the in. So it's like unlucky, but lucky at the same time that I was managed to get in
Yeah.
like super quick.
Dope. What is super quick? Because like I think here you go, but you pay out the ass and you can get it done quick. But over there,
Yeah,
it's covered, right?
yeah. Like,
That's
well,
dope,
it is covered, but you'd have to wait like 6 months minimum. Like maybe at the moment, probably a year to get surgery.
dude. At that point, it's like the injury gets way worse. That's
Yeah,
pros and
yeah,
cons, dude. You know
yeah. I
what? Let's
know
solve the global healthcare situation together right
it
now
would
on
be
this
nice.
podcast.
It would be nice. Yeah, because I know people that are waiting for ACL surgery and they've been waiting like a year.
That's fucked. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's pretty because I got in surgery in 3 weeks, which is pretty crazy.
So would you rather wait a year and get it for free or pay 6 grand and get it done right away?
Yeah, well,
I don't even know what ACL
yeah, ACL. I
costs.
mean, I this is exactly what I had done already because I tore my ACL 3 years, I think 4 years ago now, and I had to get surgery on that, and that was a whole thing. Uh, they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to wait 2 months just to get an initial appointment," and I was like, like this is gonna take so like a year, even just to like get in to get it sorted. So I was like, okay, I have to do it private, and then I went private to get my ACL surgery.
Nice.
Um, yeah, because like at that point 3 years ago, it was like I couldn't wait a year of just no biking. Like I wanted to get back to it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't think I understand exactly how healthcare works in other countries. Like you get the option to take the free government route where it's all
Yeah, well,
covered.
everybody has that
Okay,
just
but
to
the
live in
downside
here.
of that is you have to wait. So then
Yeah, there's
when
like
you say
massive.
you decide to go private, that means you're like, I'll pay, let's get this done quick.
Yeah, it was
So
like
you have the
eight,
option.
eight, 8 grand or something for ACL surgery, I think it was,
And they bump you to the front of the line. That seems like a
and you get it
decent
done
system.
straight away.
I want
Yes,
like,
yeah,
and in America, that's just not an option. Austin
yeah.
Augie told me he had like some ACL surgery in Arizona and then just didn't pay. They kept sending bills, and then 7 years later, it's just like kind of gone forever. So
Yeah,
he's a fugitive,
that's
but
lucky.
he scammed the system. Beautiful Austin Augie.
Yeah, it does seem a mad system because I remember I had an X-ray in the in America one time when I another time when I rolled both my ankles at the same time. So in the BSD transmission
Yeah.
outtakes, there's a clip I'm trying to feeble hard three on like an out ledge and I roll both my ankles at the same time. And I got it X-rayed. And then when we were in the hospital, Reed was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I just gave them a different name or whatever." And I'd already given my passport, so I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be weird."
Yeah.
But I never heard anything from it, so it
Nice.
must have worked.
So
Yeah,
Reed covered you and gave a like
yeah,
fake name?
yeah. He
Shout
said
out
you just gave
Reed.
like a even though I'd already given my passport, so they
Yeah.
had all my details. But
Yeah.
yeah, just
Do you
nothing ever
remember the
came
name
of it.
that Reed gave?
No, I don't remember the details he gave, but
We gotta
worked.
hit up Reed, figure out the name.
Yeah,
Joe
yeah,
Schmo. It's
probably,
Chris
probably.
Kyle.
He might have just put his name. Yeah.
Are you still close with Chris?
I don't see him that much at the moment because of the whole lockdown thing. He moved further away, like we moved kind of in opposite directions.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I've not seen him too much, but
Tell me about you guys kind of growing up together, because Peter was telling me that Chris basically, from the age of like 10, grew up at the skate park, and I feel like you have something similar. Like you,
yeah.
that's why you guys are both fucking ridiculously good on the bike. Like what is the origin story of the Alex and Chris Kyle
Well,
dominance? You know?
it pretty much started when uh I got on BSD, I guess. I mean, I was on Mutiny for a few years, and I'd go to Unit and ride. But
How'd you
like
get on
you,
Mutiny? Let's start there.
it
That was your first
was
sponsor?
yeah, it was through a shop, 2020 store in Aberdeen.
Nice.
They were like my first main sponsor, and then I just progressed like through 70s and then Mutiny for like 3 years. That was good, good deal. Low tech as well.
Low Tech was sick. Are they
Yeah,
still going? I don't know if Low Tech's
I
still
don't
around.
know if they're still going, but yeah, at that time they were the best.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah,
sickest. And
yeah.
you must have been, I don't know, 17, 18 at that point? Young buck?
Yeah, 15, 16 at that time.
That's wild
14
how
maybe.
long you've been in the game and you've been on kind of at the forefront of doing shit, you know?
It's been a long time, long time.
You know what I want to ask is, why are you so good? Like, genuinely, why do you think that you got so good at BMX tricks? Are you like
Um,
running from something? Do you get obsessed? Like, are you
yeah, I think
competitive?
it's definitely not competitive, only against myself, but it's more of just like I'm just so, I just do it like a trick over and over. Like I just have more patience, to try something for like hours.
Yeah, that's
I think
obsession.
that's all it is. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just a massive obsession.
that's dope.
Yeah,
Do you have that
that's it.
in anywhere else in your life? Is there anything else that you're obsessed with?
No, yeah, only recently though, because never it was just BMX, and I
Yeah.
was like, I was just a bit unhealthy. Like I need to branch out a bit. Like,
Yeah.
but now I guess probably is like working out, like going to the
Dope.
gym and like eating. I'm pretty
Yes.
obsessed with that at the
Yes.
moment. Kind of the past, I guess it's kind of just getting more and more obsessed with it over the like past sort of 4 or 5 years, just with the injuries and just learning about the body and what you need to do to try and avoid getting injured and heal and try and
Yeah.
feel good.
So what do
So
you
yeah,
do to avoid getting injured for all the dummies out there who don't know?
well, it doesn't seem to be working for me, but I'm I'm trying. I'm trying my best. Um, Pretty much just lifting weights, bit of running.
Why is lifting weights good?
Um, well, I remember for years I was always rolling my ankle, and I was like, man, there's got to be a way to sort this out. And I was going to physios, and they were like, no, you can't really strengthen the ankle. And I was like, there must be a way.
Yeah.
Anyway, years go by, and then as I just learn more, I'm just like the only way to strengthen your tendons and your bones and all the cartilage in that is pretty much by lifting heavy weight.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, well, let's try that,
Like
see how
so
it goes.
for the ankles specifically, what how do you type? I would imagine like squats and then
Yeah,
leg presses.
yeah,
Like
all the
what is
hits,
what's
deadlifts.
your how did you learn all this shit? Are you just Googling in it? Or did
Yeah,
you like find a trainer friend? Like
yeah. Well, I mean, that would have been the easier way. I kind of regret not doing that at the beginning, is getting a trainer, but I was just like, I can do this myself.
yeah,
Kind of looks like BMX is like you don't learn from anyone. You just teach it. You learn the hard way, I guess,
right.
making mistakes. So yeah, I just started with like these 2 kilogram dumbbells and would do like these workouts at home, like push-ups. Then eventually made it to the gym and then just started like learning from YouTube tutorials, just like how every machine works, how you do every lift.
Yeah.
And yeah, just over like the past sort of 2, 3 years, just sort of gradually learned more and more.
That's dope. And it's all self-taught. You didn't like join a class
Yeah,
or
nah,
anything like
nothing.
that. I was like a couple of years ago I started getting into the gym, but I was just kind of like going in, doing some dumbbell chest press, and then just kind of feeling I feel good. I'm gonna leave. Like I didn't push
Yeah,
myself or anything. I need a class. I'm doing these classes where it's just like moms, but it's
yeah,
so fucking hard. And I look around the room and all these moms are still pushing through, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I got to keep pushing through. And that,
yeah. That's one good thing about a class is that you have that environment to push
yeah, the
yourself.
accountability and shit, which is dope.
Yeah, because I know most people aren't exactly quite as motivated as me to,
Yeah, get
to
yourself
do it.
tip top.
Yeah, yeah.
What's on your hat? What's the red? I see the monster. What's the other
It's
one? Endless.
endless
Oh,
logo,
sick.
but it's like the
Is that a
Kodak.
knockoff of
Kodak.
Kodak? Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask. Like, you got a Kodak sponsor, bro? Get out of here.
That
So,
would be good.
Alex,
But yeah.
what are your current sponsors, and would you like to shout them out?
Mm. Yeah, obviously Monster, Vans shoes, and BSD, and Cortex helmets. I recently
Sick.
got on. Um, yeah, they're. I mean, I haven't rode it much because I've obviously been injured, but they are really good. They're so light, the helmets.
Now that I think about it, you are one of the riders that are out there like rocking a helmet in the streets.
Yeah,
What are
the
your
one
thoughts on
percent.
what are your thoughts? Yeah, the 1%. Like a lot of people are like, folk that you got to risk your life to
Yeah,
do this shit.
it doesn't count. I'm like that. Yeah, it certainly doesn't.
You're doing some wild
Uh,
shit. Did you always be were you only always a helmet guy?
yeah, yeah, pretty much. I mean, been riding ever since I learned to ride a bike, when I was like 5, never off of it. So pretty much since then.
Nice.
Yeah,
Smart.
big shift, big shift. Yeah.
Where'd that come from? Yourself or your parents?
I don't really know. I don't remember them ever telling me, wear your helmet. I think it was just naturally, I just always wore it. And then it was kind of like, I can't just stop wearing it, because the one time I stop wearing it, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
dude. Yeah.
fall off. So I'm stuck with it.
Yeah. The one time, so my mom, before I went out to ride one time, was like, will you wear a helmet? And I was like, no, fuck you, mom. And then we went to a spot and there was this low overhang Ramada and I did a backlash full cab and I just went straight up into this metal joint and split my head open 15. If I had a helmet, no big deal. I would have been
Yeah.
fine, but 15 staples from here to here on the day that my mom told me to wear a helmet. And I was just like, I was more mad that like my mom told me to wear a helmet and this happened than I
Yeah.
was about the
She's just
fucking
gonna be
injury.
like, yeah, I
Yeah.
told you so.
Told you so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's part of the game, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. I always remember there was one time I was down the skate park, must have been like 10, 11, like super young, wearing a helmet. And this kid, like older kid, came up and said something. I can't remember what he said, but it was something about wearing a helmet, and I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I went to the shop to get lunch, come back, and there's an ambulance at the skate park. And I've like never seen an ambulance at the skate park. And then like as soon as I roll up, I just see him on the flat bottom. There's like blood everywhere coming out his head. And I was
Fuck.
just like, oh my God. Right, well, there you go.
That's
Instant
karma,
karma
dude. Dude,
served up. Nice.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty mad.
What were
That's like
the
one of the
go
only
ahead.
times someone's ever said something about a
Yeah.
helmet. to me. Like no one never really says anything
I'm
to
not
your face, you know.
superstitious about much, but the helmet thing is just like don't either say it, knock on wood, or some shit. Like I'm
Yeah, I think it's a dangerous game to
yeah,
play.
it's a dangerous
If
game
you
to
want to
play.
say something.
This sport that we chose is fucking dangerous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think people realize the dangers of it, and that your brain is just in a little bit of jelly in your head, and every time you fall off, you're just doing serious damage to your head.
For real. It's
Yeah.
unreal. Tell me about the early days with Chris and growing up in the skate park.
Yeah, so I pretty much started mainly when I got in BSD about 16, 17, and just go to unit all the time. I'd end up staying at unit for like a day or two, and then it just progressed more and more. I'd stay there for like a few days, and then it just like
What's it like to stay at the skate park? Is there a little room with like sleeping bags and shit? Or I
yeah.
mean, you're young, so you'll rough it, obviously. But like, what was it like to sleep over at the skate park?
In those days, it was pretty much just like an old store cupboard, and there was just like two mattresses on the floor. Um, and yeah, we just like grab some covers and just like sleep on the floor with turn the heater on, like in the back, no windows, just like a cupboard pretty much.
It's like a little dungeon, and then you
Yeah,
just
and it
wake
was
up and ride all
freezing.
day,
Yeah,
eat,
just
and go to bed and repeat.
yeah,
That's fire.
the
That's how you
dream.
get good.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
old were you at this point? Because I feel like there's a period of time from like I don't know 12 or from being young until 25 that you can learn new tricks, and then after that it's kind of like a little bit more of a struggle.
Oh, the struggle, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Just trying to relearn the old tricks you used to find easy, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What
Yeah.
tricks are you? I mean, my I guess one of the questions here is like if what's a trick that you can't do that you wish you could?
Um,
Because it seems like you can do pretty much everything, which is ridiculous.
Probably the switch whip. I mean, I'd love to be able to just do it like easily,
They look
but
good.
I have a bit of an issue with tail whips.
Well,
Ever since when I was 15, I was doing a fly out tail whip just out like this 4 foot quarter on it was an outdoor concrete park, and I had metal snafu barons. You remember
uh-huh.
snafu?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I had
remember
metal
Snafu.
snafu barons. Anyway, it's like one of those whips where it stops halfway, and I just like chuck the bike to the side. Anyway, I land like palms down on the concrete, and the bike comes bar end first, like on top of in the middle of my arm here, and all the weight of it, like between the concrete. And I was only like 14, so my bones were very brittle, and it just snapped my arm, and my arm was like in half.
Fuck. I would give up on tail whips right then and there.
Yeah, so I've got like a big scar here,
Oh
and
yeah.
then there's a scar here where the bone came out,
Damn.
and then another
You had
scar
a
here.
compound fracture from a tail whip, from a dead whip.
Fly out tail whip. Yeah.
Oh man, that's fucked up. Have you landed the tail whips since? I feel like I've seen tail whips in your videos.
Yeah,
Have I
I
not?
mean,
Yeah, you got
yeah,
over
I
it.
had one in the BSD video. I can't remember what it's called, but the last BSD video, I was like, I want to film a tail. So, I trained hard for that, got one done. It was just like a little bump jump up some stairs, but I was like, I really want to do one.
Sick. Yeah.
But
It's
yeah, that's one trick I wish I could do.
who's your favorite Oppo whip in the game?
Oh,
I think
Paley.
of oh dude, Paley. Yeah, he's got some swaggy Oppo whips.
Yeah,
God, they're good. I think
yeah,
of Sean Sexton.
yeah, obviously Sexton.
Like he did the same. Like what you're talking about, bump jump up a 4 stair switch whip was just like
Yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah, I think that's where
Garrett's
I've just
switch
like,
whips are just fucking art. And
yeah, it
then
just
and
makes
then
it
there's
look too
some
easy.
people. There's a local homie here, Chandler Golden, and he does almost exclusively switch whips to the point where I'm like, that's not even switch for you, dude. Like you're
Yeah,
you're lying.
it-
You
yeah,
fucking liar. Chandler, you're
definitely
lying, dude.
cheating the system. Yeah, it's such a good looking trick. Like it's
It,
kind of hard to
it
make them
really
look
is
bad.
when like the feet hover and like even just Chase Dehart's regular whips look so
Yeah,
sick. They look
I'd love to
like
see
other people
him.
opposites whips. Yeah.
I'd love to see him do a switch whip. Like
Yeah, for real.
it looks so good.
And he's at that age where I don't know if like he's willing to learn a new I gotta get Chase on here and see it. Can you
Yeah,
can you do
you
Oppo
need
whips?
it. Yeah, I'm sure he could do it easy, but yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Dennis has got a good one. Dennis,
Oh yeah.
Nathan.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Who's got the weirdest whips that you can
The
think
weird.
of? I guess no whip
Um,
is weird, but like most
some people,
unique
yeah,
looking.
everybody does them different, which is
Yeah.
weird.
And I think it has to do with how you learn it. Like if you learn it out
Yeah,
of a bank, you get more of the like hover and wait. If you learn it out of a fly out, you get the like your legs kick out like Taimaro style whip.
yeah, like power.
Yeah. Who's got your who's got weird whips?
Weirdest. It's kind of hard to say weird.
Yeah.
I don't know
Unique.
about weird. Yeah, unique. I don't know. Nothing's coming to mind.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
I mean, Julian has one leg and he lands tail whip, so that's unique. It's not weird, but it's
yeah,
fucking sick. Julian
that is
Molina.
insane. Yeah,
So cool.
yeah.
Um, how many nearlies did you film?
I made four over 10 years, I think it was. Four.
That's incredible. That's so much work, dude. And you filmed it all on the VX 1000?
It's kind of a mix. VX 1000, VX 2100. Bit of a mix, yeah.
2100 for night? Mm,
Yeah, kind of just when the VX would break, I'd have to that as the backup.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've never filmed with a VX 1000 in all my days. Just all these dead dinosaurs
It's
of
so much different.
2100s. Yeah.
So it's a different world.
I know you can't play back on the VX 1000, but on these guys you
Yeah.
can kind of get away with it. And
Yeah.
like I know you've seen Happy Medium Boys because I think that you were inspired by them. Am I right?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Big time, yeah.
And the way that I don't know, just like so for me lately working on Mediocre 2, if I'm out there, my fisheye has like little imperfections in it, so I have to avoid facing the sun. But like clips where everything's so clean on the camera that you can film directly at the sun and get that like beautiful soft sun image on the
Yeah.
VX 1000 is so nice, dude. I love that.
Yeah, nothing beats it.
Yeah.
And that's
I
what's so good about the Happy Medium videos was like the AZ sun is just like almost in every clip. Like it
yeah,
just looks so good.
it's art and it's beautiful
Yeah.
and Buster and Hunter are geniuses and their editing and
Yeah.
like there's so much like they are the only skate videos where I've cried watching them. I get like emotional of at how good it was. Like
Yeah.
I remember, did you watch a Happy Medium 5?
Yeah.
And do you remember the original promo for the first A Happy Medium?
Yeah.
Like they used
With
that
the
song
balloons.
for John's. Yeah, yeah, with the
Yeah.
balloons. Yeah, the OG Happy Medium promo. They used that song for John Modest banger part in Happy
Yeah.
Medium 5, and I was just like, because I was at the first premiere, and that shit was the reason I wanted to start filming too. So you and I
Yeah.
have that in common. I don't know if that's the reason
That's
you wanted to
cool.
start filming, but man, them
No.
boys changed the game.
Yeah.
Are you working on another Nearly?
No, not currently. We're kind of working on a video with there's a guy in Glasgow called Luke, and he's filming like a VX sort of video called
Luke
Procedure
who?
BMX.
I've heard of Procedure.
Yeah, so it's kind of just like a Glasgow scene, kind of like what Nearly was, but he's like the main filmer.
Dope.
So we've kind of just been working a little bit on that, I guess. It's kind of we just did a trip in Greece last week, which is where I was there.
For
Um,
that video.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
dope. So how
yeah,
does a trip like that get funded? Just out of your own pockets?
yeah.
Or you get
Just like
sponsors to support it all?
um, we did one trip to Tenerife where I was like going to be filming. I'm working on a VX part, so we kind of did like a joint trip where those guys would film for that, and I would film for this VX part.
Nice.
So we got some help from Monster for that. But then the one in Athens was just they did a DVD premiere and they sold T-shirts and DVDs and there was enough money to pay for the apartment, so it funded that, which is cool to
Fuck yeah,
for
that's
everybody
awesome. Yeah,
that paid for that. So it was cool.
that's great. Shout out to everybody who bought shit from that local. What video
Yeah,
just came out?
it was it was on. It's called Local Procedure. I think it's called Local Procedure. I think it's on their YouTube now, so
Cool.
you can watch it if you want.
Yeah, I will. Luke, what? What's the last name?
He's called Luke Lynch Rice. On
Luke
Instagram, it's
Lindquist.
KRS1 for you.
Cool. All right. Well, shout out to Luke.
Yeah, yeah. He's keeping the dream alive.
Yeah, you're kind of known for your VX edits. What was it like? Because like, there's VX edits, and then there's Dave Sowerby editing your VX edits with dropping it off of a bridge and all that shit. What was it
Yeah.
like creating that one? Like, how did that come about? Did you guys just have footage stacked up and like I don't know. What is Dave full time with BSD? What's the deal?
Yeah. Yeah, he works full time as BSD filmer and does all sorts of stuff for BSD, really, like editing the photos and doing all sorts.
He's a multimedia genius. Like he can do
Yeah,
graphics, he can do
he
the whole
can
thing. Yeah.
yeah, he can design skate parks, he can do everything he does, he's, amazing at.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you remember when we were at the Gully House? You might have been in the room, and I put the red wine in the fridge, and then he said, "Bobby," I don't know, I can't do the accent. And he's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing?" I was like, I don't know. My dad puts red wine in the fridge. He's like, this is absolutely disgusting. Get it out.
Yeah, it's funny.
We love Dave. When's the
Yeah.
last time you seen him? Are you working on anything with him?
Um, I actually just seen him a couple days ago. We were talking about what's kind of gonna be happening next year and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess there's like a BSD kind of full length coming soon. All
Sick.
the guys, like some of the newer guys, like Gasper and
Trent, Grant,
Grant. Yeah, they were all in Glasgow this summer, so they all filmed a bunch of stuff.
sick.
So there's kind of gonna be like a full length sort of type thing coming out soon.
How is Dan's health, Paley?
Uh, Good. Yeah, because he's had a crazy long injury with his ankle, like
Yeah,
kind of almost 2 years, I think. But yeah, he's back, absolutely killing it. So it's good to see.
he's one of the
Um,
best, right? BSD might have one of the best talented teams in the whole game. Do you think there's
yes,
anybody
there's
that's
some
more
grinders.
well-rounded than BSD's team? I mean, Fiend is
Uh,
pretty fucking up there.
yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
could fuck with
definitely Fiend,
BSD.
Kink.
Kink is
Yeah,
fire right now too.
yeah, Kink for sure.
That I mean, who's your
Um,
favorite? Who's your like? Give me your Mount Rushmore of favorite riders right now. Like who do you enjoy watching? Who gets you stoked?
Nathan definitely would be number one. Obviously Garrett, but I feel like he's should be everybody's number one. He's different
Yeah,
league,
yeah, he really
Needs to
is.
be said though. Like
Yeah.
no one really comes
Do you see
close.
the Dougster Bob post? Do you know who Dougster Bob is?
Don't know, but I did see that. I did see that post.
I was just
Yeah,
like, what are you doing, man? He's like,
yeah,
is Garrett Reynolds washed up? Get the fuck out of here.
yeah. He obviously knows what he's talking about. Like,
It sure does, yeah. And I was like, all right. That's, I mean, it's like I respect the attempt at attention, but it's just like, come on, man, pick a
yeah,
different. No,
yeah.
no, Dougster Bob, no. Anyway,
You tell him.
so we
Who
got
else is it?
Nathan, Garrett.
Nathan. Yeah,
Well, who was your
yeah.
third one?
Um, to be honest, who else is there? Oh, that's at the minute. Oh, well, Lewis Mills,
Oh yeah,
of course.
love him. And just as a
Um,
human, he's the fucking best guy.
mm, Great guy.
Have you spent a lot of time with him?
I mean, not a lot, but a couple of trips now.
Like I can't imagine seeing him in a bad mood. Like
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like him and
takes a
Ben
bit.
both just like, are you fucking just perfect and happy all the time? This is ridiculous. Do you know what how do you get Lewis Mills into a bad mood? That's a fun question.
Ooh, um, don't know if I should say. Um, Snake one of his tricks.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, one more on the Mount Rushmore.
And one more. Who else? Uh, Sam Jones. He's definitely been
Dude, he's been
smashing
leveling
it.
up.
Yeah,
I mean, he's been
yeah,
good for so long, but the Jones in California edit was just like unbelievable. Like
yeah.
can you do that flatland trick where you put your hands in
No,
the air? That shit is
that's
so crazy. And then to link it on street with ledges is so fucking dope, dude.
yeah, such a cool trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely been doing some mad shit this year.
So he's got that
Be good
going.
to
And
see.
then like at Battle of Hastings, just like to consistently 360 to Smith or 360 crook. It's
Yeah,
just like what? Okay. And then all the balance shit that he does like with I don't know. That's just years of practice. It's crazy.
yeah,
Um
yeah,
okay, so that's a pretty solid Mount Rushmore.
yeah.
Um what's your I mean, let's see. I have written down here current projects. I think we may have touched on that. You got something in the works, like a VX edit.
Yeah, I've been trying to film a VX part. Um, I went out to Cali, like with Sam Jones actually at the start of the year when he was filming with Grant C. We
Yeah.
filmed a bunch of stuff then.
Did you
So
bring your own VX for that? Or
no, I bought one while I was out there off of
nice.
I can't remember what it's called. Like it's not eBay, but it's whatever you have over there. Craig
Craigslist.
might have been Craigslist. Yeah,
Okay.
but it was super cheap. And
Dope.
yeah, we filmed some stuff. So hopefully trying to get another trip soon, try and finish that off.
Did you do it on a 1000 or 2100? What lens?
2100 Mark 1.
Mark 1 on the 21. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's one
Yeah.
thing that I probably should buy is a Mark 1. I'm rocking a Mark
Yeah.
2 and it's
The
scratched.
do you see they remade it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they've remade it so there's like 300. I think they made 300, so they're for sale.
300 Mark 1s are for sale right now?
Yeah, yeah. But they can't. It's really weird the way that they bought them out is they bring them out in like limited quantities. So they're only bringing out like 5 to 10 at a time, and then obviously they sell out in like a minute or whatever. But
It's wild.
yeah,
Because it's such an
yeah,
it's such a niche thing at this point. Like everybody's transferred to HD. Like tapes are stop being produced. Like I had to stack up. I don't know. It happened to me with Jewel pods in America. They were like, "All right, we're gonna ban Jewel pods." I'm addicted to Jewel like hardcore after I quit smoking. And then they put
okay,
out this notice like, "Hey, we're gonna stop selling Jewel pods." So I ran to the store and I bought like $300 worth of Jewel pods, and then it's still
uh,
available. It's just like psyched me out. And I was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
uh,
That's a ploy to get more money. That's pretty smart.
yeah, it's
But the
work.
same thing happened with like Sony's premium DV tapes. Like
Yeah,
they said we're gonna stop producing those. So I went on Amazon and bought as many as I can to see if I can have enough to finish this stupid video, and then I'll burn all the tapes forever and throw these cameras off the edge of a cliff, dude.
um,
Are you editing these VX edits, or are you passing the
uh,
footage on?
that's what one thing before we move on. I was gonna say, do they make a tapeless recorder for the 2100?
Yeah,
Does
and
it
I
work
have
on
it,
the
and it's
2100?
dog shit.
Or
It's
does it not work very good?
it's just it depends on the quality of like the hole, like the cable. I forget what it's called, firewire port into the camera,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then how you rig it onto your shit, and then it records to like a very large memory card. So it was
yeah.
such a headache, and I didn't trust it. So I was recording on tape
Mm,
and recording on that external recorder for a couple of days, and I was just like, I'd rather go through the headache of a tape and trust that it's being recorded.
yeah. Because
It's
I see quite a lot of people with the 1000 with the tapeless, and it seems to be really good. So
more
I
power
don't
to
know.
him. I couldn't
Yeah,
trust it. I tried it for a couple of days and I was just like, get out of it. I paid $500 for the tapeless. I was like, this is going to save me so much
yeah,
time. And then it just gave
yeah.
me so much like anxiety because like
Mm,
somebody's trying a really crazy trick. And then if this digital recorder somehow comes unplugged, like you're fucked.
yeah,
It's just, it is what it is.
yeah,
I can't wait to just start filming BMX for fun HD. Like once I finish this next project,
yeah. I think that's
puts.
kind of what I want to do. You know, maybe next year start trying to film another, not maybe not full length, but try and film like a bit of a longer video with some
Yeah.
guys.
What do you think
I want to
about
get back into it.
like full length videos in general? I feel like they're few and far between. Chocolate Truck, like
Yeah,
but I think it's kind of like an almost dying art form.
yeah. I mean, it's people don't realize just how much work it is. Like it takes
So
so much,
much.
it
Yeah.
takes so much time. Like, and you're not getting anything from it. You know,
Yeah. For real.
You're
Like you
spending
put
all your
in
money.
3 years of work and you're buying all the tapes and you're paying for travel, and then you
Yeah.
might make a couple grand at the premiere or something, and it's just like,
If you're lucky.
when I explain that to like outside of BMX people, they're like, "So what are your passion projects?" I'm like, "Well, I'm working on this BMX DVD." And they're like, "So how long does it take?" And I'm like, "Well, it could take all day for a 5 second clip." Like, and so
Might
the
not even
video,
get it.
yeah, and the video is going to be an hour long, so 5 seconds, and multiply that, and it's just like, they're like, "Why are you doing that?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"I don't know. I fucking love doing it."
Yeah.
Man.
I know it is a weird thing, but yeah, I hope it doesn't die. I think there's enough people there to keep it going,
Yeah, I think it's gonna
keep it
like
alive.
merge to like a half hour long. Like fiending is kind of the new model. Like just
Yeah.
really, really good writing and showcase like 4 or 5 of your team. But I don't think anybody has the patience to sit and watch an hour long video unless it's Chocolate
No.
Truck. Then you got it.
Exception.
The good exception, because it's just like so solid. I was talking to Matt about that.
Um,
He said that took 8 years to film,
yeah, it
and it made me
shows.
feel better because I've been working on this sequel for 5 years now. So we're chilling.
Wow. Nice. Is it gonna be done soon?
Earlier this year, I was like, so the original one premiered in 2013 on December the 13th, and I was
Yeah.
like, wouldn't that be cool if we could premiere it on December the 13th? And then I have maybe 1 minute of footage. There's a couple other people that are pivotal to the video that don't have clips, so like
Hmm.
pivotal, like carry the franchise type rider, and I
Yeah.
we gotta wait until he's I don't know, he flips his switch on. It's Joey Mata. Joey Mata only has four clips at this moment, but
Okay.
he's going hard into like he's climbed the ladder of like what he does with gardening and botany, and like he's a
Yeah.
plant guru and making good money like with his own contracting company, and just kind of focused on that. But he's been
That's
texting me
cool.
lately like, let's go, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, that's game
Yeah.
time.
It'd be good to see some fresh footage from him.
Yeah, for real. And
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing about like a passion project like this is like there's no sponsors. Like, all right, hurry up, put it out. Because
Yeah.
I could put out a video right now. We have like an hour of footage, but
Yeah.
I want to wait until it's like, because I'm not doing another one. This one's got to be the final one.
That's what everybody says every time.
Yeah, exactly. And then all right, let's start another
Yeah.
one.
Cut to
So
next year.
yeah, we finished Lightworks in 2018, and that same thing, I was just like, I'm never doing a full length video again. And
Yeah.
then fucking Joey Mata comes and meets me at a bagel spot, and he's just like all Joey, like you've hung out with him, and
Yeah.
he's like, man, we got to do another one. And I was like, all right, fine, we'll do another one. And
Yeah.
he filmed the first clip for Mediocre 2 4 or 5 years ago, and then the team kind of like changes. Drew's gone, so like he's not involved. Like the original squad is different, but we still got
Mm.
some OG heads in there: Troy Blair, Dean Watson, myself. I'm excited to put out a part and do some shit that
Nice.
scares myself,
Yeah.
but this
That's what
just
it's all
takes
about.
time. And
Yeah.
balancing filming for that project, doing this podcast, and doing my regular job, which is creating content and editing content and posting content on social media. It's just like a lot. So
Yeah.
sometimes I just want to fuck off and play video games.
Yeah. You
What do
gotta
you
find a happy medium.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look at that. Happy medium. And you
Shout
don't
out.
you don't want to put out a video that's mediocre at best. Anyway,
Exactly.
what do you do to when you're fucking off? What do you do when you're sitting at home?
Um, I guess what do I do?
What do I
Watch.
do?
I like to cook. Do a
Sick.
bit of cooking. Yeah.
What's the bon appetit? What's the latest shit you make?
I guess my go-to is probably like burritos. Obviously,
Nice. What kind?
we don't
Tell
really
me about
have
tell me
very
all
good.
about it, man.
We don't really have very good Mexicans in Scotland, so you kind of have to make it yourself.
I respect that. So how do you make a Scotland burrito?
Just a good bit of ground mince, fry it up, peppers, onions, mushrooms,
Mm.
bit of garlic, and just fry it all up.
Now, are we talking flour tortilla or corn tortilla? This is important.
Flour. We don't
My
have
man,
great
my
tortillas
man.
either.
My man, flour
That's it.
tortillas. You
Yeah,
gotta
it's not.
custom order those from overseas or some shit.
Yeah, it's never as good as the California burritos, but
That's a
try,
dope.
try.
That's a dope hobby to have. Cooking. What's the like most
Yeah.
challenging shit you've tried to cook? Like, have you
Um,
tried some, like fancy chef shit?
yeah, I mean, I've been through a few phases, at the start of my health phase, did the whole vegan, cut out all the meat 'cause you think that's the healthiest way to go. So I was like had like the juicer and like the spiralizer. I was like spiralizing all the vegetables, trying to make
Sick.
it
Yeah.
exciting.
Like the
But
spiralizer is the you take squash and turn it into noodles type shit, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sick.
yeah.
Are you still vegan?
So no,
So you
that
learned.
lasted. Fully.
Yeah. So you,
That like because
yeah.
I was like heavily working out, like lifting weights, and then I'd ride, and then I would like do cardio. Like I'd make sure I was doing this every day
Yeah.
because I was obviously obsessed with it. So I was doing this, and then to get enough energy to be doing that is like I was eating 6 meals a day. Like just it's not possible.
Yeah.
Like
And I don't
so I
think I
quickly,
mean, yeah, there's not enough protein in the vegan diet. I think
yeah,
there's a big benefit for like grass-fed beef and all that. Like,
yeah. I mean, you need obviously everything in moderation. You need a good mix.
yeah. If
And
my
yeah,
dream meal is just like a good steak with some vegetables. That's like perfect,
yeah. Same
Maybe a little
here.
bit of fruit.
Nothing beats a good steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of blueberries.
What about
Yeah.
your vices? Are you a sipper? You like drinking wine? What do you
No, I pretty much I would kind of quit drinking
Good for you.
a couple
That's
of years ago. Took
professional
like
athlete
kind
shit.
of yeah, well, obviously I was just like learned how bad it was for you, and
It's so
I
bad.
was just like, this is not like what I want to be doing. I'd rather be, out riding,
What
like
did you learn
feeling
that was
good.
bad that like triggered you to stop?
Just how bad it is for your sleep, I guess, because obviously sleep's the
Yeah.
most important factor in anything for your health. So I was just like, yeah, cut it
Yeah.
out. I mean, I've like started drinking again, but like maybe drink like once every 6 months or so. It's not like,
Dope.
yeah, because it's like it's fun, but it's like you need to save it for special occasions. I can't be doing
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
every day.
And I also at this point I have to plan out like 2 days of recovery if I'm gonna party, Like
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
really gotta be a reason. Like premiere night, I'm
Yeah,
getting fucked up. But then,
yeah, yeah. Like you
I'm
have
not
to
gonna be
do
able
it.
to
So,
work for 3 days.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, needs to be done, but
What I learned about it when I was looking into it, so like I don't know if you saw, but 3 or 4 years ago, I was pushing 300 pounds. I was a fucking just nearly, I was actually, I think I was definitely technically obese and just depressed. And
yeah,
the thing I learned about alcohol is like your body treats it like a poison and will process it and like prioritize processing the alcohol before you even digest your food. So like like if
yeah,
you eat a big meal and then chug a bottle of wine, like your body's too busy working on the wine to get to the food, and then you just have this lingering disgusting mess in your body. And I was trying to lose weight, so I was like, all right, that's the I think if anybody out there is overweight, the easiest way to lose weight is to just cut out drinking. You can keep everything else the same,
yeah.
including your shit diet, but if you cut out drinking, like give your body a chance to process. Did you start doing intermittent fasting? You learn about that shit?
Yeah, did a bit of that before as well. I mean, that's kind of cool just for like how crazy like what food does to your brain. Just like to not eat for like a few hours is mental what it does to you.
Yeah, like you feel sharper. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's really good.
yeah,
Do you know what autophagy is? I've heard people say
yeah,
autophagy, autophagy. It's a Nobel
yeah,
Prize winning discovery. Some scientist from Asia, I think, discovered that like after X amount of hours, 16 hours of not eating, your body starts to clean itself out. Like it's eating your dead cells, it's eating your fat. And yeah, that's one of that's got me so stoked on my diet because
yeah.
I would just drink either black cold brew or LaCroix or Zevia, and those are all fast friendly. So, and then
Nice.
I would smush all my eating to from like noon until 4 p.m. and just eat like as much as I possibly could for those 4 hours, but then
Yeah,
fast for the rest of the time. And that shit worked. I was dropping like a
yeah.
2 pounds a week for a couple of years, which is pretty. That's a good rate to do it at.
Yeah, that's a good achievement.
Yeah, it feels good. So I
Yeah,
feel
I bet.
athletic, but I can't do the fucking tricks that you can do. So did
You'll
we
get there.
answer? Did we answer why because you got obsessed when you were younger? Was there somebody that you looked up to? Like who pushed you to learn new shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like who were
Uh,
your inspirations when you were younger?
when I was young, I mean, obviously I grew up watching like Aitken. I grew up riding trails, like bright. So Aitken was Chase Hawk, a bit later on.
Style gods.
Yeah, they were my favorites. Road trails, and then pretty much went from the trails to riding street, watching like who was the early street? N Search, I think, and kind of like Insight, one of my favorite videos.
Yeah,
Dak, early Dak, doing all
early
the
deck.
pegs, nose manual stuff.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, those were iconic, man.
Yeah,
And
Davy Watson.
yep, Davy Watson.
Yeah,
There's a mystery now. Like all the comments are like, "Where's Davy?" Like we talked
yeah.
about it in the last
I
one.
that's funny because I remember that like 10 years ago on YouTube being like, where reading them comments like, where's Davy Watson?
Yeah, for
And
real.
it was still here, no, 10
Yeah.
years on. Where is he? Like,
I hope he's all right. I don't know.
yeah.
I heard a couple different stories that
It's
so,
kind of the
yeah.
same thing with Hoda. Like I
Yeah.
remember when Hoda kind of went missing for a few, and then people were like, "Where's Hoda?" And then he came back. Like,
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
him now. Like,
Sobered
it's
up,
cool to
took care
see.
of himself, and now
Yeah,
he's traveling
yeah,
and killing it. I love it.
yeah. That's some of the best. Brian.
Um let's see. What's your I mean, you've done so many projects. Like first of all, what's your favorite video part of yours? Whether it's in transmission or one of the VX ones, which one are you most proud of?
Um, yeah, I don't really have a favorite video of mine to be honest. But I don't know. The one that I probably worked, I don't know what I've worked the hardest on. Probably transmission, or be a tie between transmission and the monster video with Rich Fawn. Can't remember. Oh, Ascent,
Ascent,
that one.
yeah, dude, that's fucking
Yeah.
legendary. I Me and my old roommate Metzger, we did a little psychedelics and watched that part over and over
Oh,
and
nice.
over and over and over again. Ascent is so magical, man. Dude, what's it
Yeah.
like filming with Rich Forn, the enigmatic mystery man?
Right.
I've met him once in person, and he bought me a drink,
Oh,
and
nice.
I'll never forget it. But ever since, it's just he's a mysterious Rich Forn.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to describe him to people before, and I'm just like, I can't put it into words what this guy's like. He's so unique. Like, there's no one, there's nobody else like him.
I love it. What I heard about him that I loved is just like he doesn't care about the gear. He's just like these are tools, and he's a minimalist, and he just gets this shit filmed, and then the magic is in his editing, and he's just
Yeah,
a dialed filmer.
yeah, it's like if you didn't know who he was and you just watched him filming, you would be like, this guy has no idea what he's doing,
It's so crazy how that
kind of
works,
thing.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mad.
Does he? So like with you in that project, is he like when you're picking when you're setting up to film some shit? Like what's it like? Is he asking you for like your advice on where you want the angle from, or is he
Yeah,
decisive?
no, he's kind of just like sort of whatever, I kind of just like trust him, because he'll know what he's doing, kind of thing.
Yeah,
He picks the angles, and then yeah, he's like really good to film with. Like, I mean, he's a bit loose here and there, but he normally, that the outcome shows like he
it's
knows what he's doing.
it's beautiful. And then I don't know if you noticed it or if it's like intentional, but the latest federal video that he did, where it was just like it felt like you were on a trip with them. Did you watch that? It was like 20 minutes long. Rich made
Yeah,
it with
I can't
Boyd and all
remember
them.
Brussels maybe.
Yeah,
Can't remember, but
exactly.
yeah,
And it
Boyd
was
did that
such a
crazy.
departure from his like polished, close up hand B roll stuff that I was like, this is sick. Like he's like, reinventing. I don't know what comes next from Rich Forn, but I believe
Yeah,
he's kind of an artist and a genius. I don't know. Where does he
yeah.
live?
Well, he lives in Mallorca in Spain, little
Cool.
island. But yeah, we're actually working on a full-length monster project with him at the moment.
What's it called? I think I've seen promos
Freak.
for it. Yeah, sick. With Jordan
Yeah,
Godwin, Felix,
yeah,
you, who else?
Lewis.
Lewis. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, that's gonna be the best video of all time, dude.
I've
Monster.
seen, yeah, those guys have done some crazy shit already. It's quite madness to watch what they do. They don't really tend to try stuff. They just sort of do it, you know.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Jordan
it's
and
crazy.
Felix, man. Those two are, you know, I don't know. They're up there. If Mount Rushmore had 8 heads, they're
Yeah,
100% in there.
yeah, definitely for sure. It's
I don't know the
well,
geography. Do you live near these guys? Felix is in Germany, right?
Felix is German in Germany. Yeah, it's
Godwin
like
is UK,
Godwin is Wales,
Wales. Is that
which is like
UK?
yeah, it's in the UK. Probably
Okay,
like 4 or 5 hours away.
nice.
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
ever? I mean, obviously, you got to be on sessions with them if you're gonna film this video together. Like,
yeah.
right? What's it like being on a session with Felix and Jordan at the same spot?
Well, it's hard to film something like
Yeah.
but no, no, I'm just joking. It is pretty wild to see what they can do, just what they're warming up with. It's cool to see, and then how they go about filming stuff as well. It's always interesting to see how other people
Yeah. So, what do you
ride
mean?
and film
How
stuff.
how do they go about filming stuff?
Uh, Kind of just like they'll ride a spot for a bit, and then just like kind of ease into it. You know what I mean? Like warm up, like pegs, this, that, and then build up.
Methodical. They're
And
not
then,
just like hucking it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is that how
um,
you are too?
yeah, definitely.
Except for the shit where it's like one and done. Like I don't know. For example, just like a big hanger down a handrail. Would you pegs it
Yeah,
first before you hanger it?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
makes
Because
sense.
you need
What?
to know how
Yeah,
slide it is and kind of
get
how
the
much
feel
to
for
send
it.
it in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about like tire ride type shit? Um, what? How do you ease into doing a crazy tire ride? Pegs?
Yeah, peg or feeble, I guess.
Yeah.
Do a couple of
Okay.
feebles, ease it in, and you get a
Yeah.
feel for it.
What's the scariest clip that you've ever done that you had to work yourself? You had to go, you know?
Like, to be honest, it was like a really old clip. It was like in a really old edit. It was like a tire ride to wall ride on this rail in Glasgow. It's called the Church Rail. It was just like a tire ride and then side hop to wall ride on this wall. But I'd wanted to do it for so long, but I was just so scared and I just always like eat away at me.
Yeah.
It's the worst when you just have something in your brain eating away at you.
And you're like, I know I can do this, but I'm too scared.
Yeah. And you make it into such a big thing and you're just sitting thinking about it for like weeks on end.
Yeah. So how did it finally happen?
I don't, one day we were just passing it and I was like, right, I'm just getting it done because I want to stop thinking about it.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So got it done.
um, I guess that could go into so that's your scariest one. What about your favorite clip ever? Like we talked about your favorite projects. I don't even remember the answer to that one. Either transmission or what was
The
the other one?
monster
Yeah,
edit.
the ascent. Yeah. What's your favorite clip that you filmed of all time?
Oof, I don't really have a favorite clip that comes to mind off the top of my head. Can't say I really watch my stuff that much, to be honest.
What do? You
I know
finish
it's
it, you watch it once, and you're like, all right, I'm never watching that again.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
The only thing that comes to mind was the day in Leon filming for the Monster Ascent. It was the day I did the gap pegs.
Okay.
Was the last clip, and it was like I remember we were there in Leon for one of the street stations like the year before, and I was like, they put wood on the stairs, and it was like one of the street stations, and I was like riding along it, trying to just do it then at the jam, but I kept getting snaked, and I was I forget it, whatever, I'm not gonna do it
Yeah.
anyway. So we went back to Leon, and then I like just drew on the ground the ledge with some chalk, and I was just like, well, if I can bunny up from here to the side, I'll just try it. Marked out with like some stones and that, and just tried it. And
Fuck yeah.
so that was like the first day in Leon. So I was like, oh well, this has worked. Like, what's next? And then we went to there's like a tie ride 180 that I did the tie ride and transmission. I always knew I wanted to 180, but I was like too scared to do it that day. So I was like, I'll go back to that. Did the tie ride 180. And then I was like, it was like lunchtime at this point. I was like, oh man, we need to keep going. So we went to the curve wall. I've done it to like Opel curve wall 360 because I'd done that to one like Opel 180 before, and I was like, always knew I wanted to try it to three.
Sick.
And then we
What a
went there.
day, dude. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it's probably like the
Anything?
best day I've ever
Yeah.
had.
Was there anything else after that?
No, no, that was it. I was like,
That's when let's
used
get a
used all
beer.
my tokens. Used all my
Yeah.
tokens. Yeah,
I heard that's kind of like Jordan's attitude too. Like when you don't want to push your luck. I mean, 3 banger clips in one day is fucking awesome. Like that's
yeah,
almost pushing your luck, you know?
yeah, definitely. I was
Yeah.
pushing the envelope back then.
Good for you. Is there any tricks that you have in your mind that you want to learn still? Like, how do you
Yeah,
keep wanting to get better? Why? You know what I mean? Like, some people,
I don't
they
know.
get to your level and then they're like, all right, I'm good. I'm just going to do my tricks on different spots. But what keeps you, because you seem like you just keep learning shit.
Yeah, I've tried to just do the same tricks and on the same spots, but it doesn't really, I don't know, I just want to be doing something different and new. Keeps it a bit more exciting for me, I guess. So yeah, I'm constantly trying to learn new stuff. And I obviously have a big like list of just stuff that because my mind doesn't switch off, so I just have to like write it down
Yeah.
and then maybe one day in the future I'll get to take it off.
Hell yeah. It's wild, man. The motivation thing. Like, I personally got sponsored and then I was like, okay, that's my finish line. I'm going to stop learning tricks. Like, and I was like 19.
Yeah,
So that's stupid. I
I hate it.
regret that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I always find it interesting the mindset of like, how do you keep yourself? Because you know you're good. You're like one of the top 10 BMX riders in the fucking world. So like, why? Why?
Thanks.
What's the motivation to keep going? But I like that you just want to do it.
Yeah, yeah. At this point, it's like you're not trying to. You've nothing to prove to anyone.
Yeah,
You're not trying to like do anything. So it's just like pure. I just want to do it for myself. See what I'm capable of.
that's dope. When you are about to do something crazy, what's your? Because some people are like, all right, I'm at the top of the stairs, screaming at the filmer who's still getting his cameras out of the bag. I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. Get ready. Are you like that? Are you like in the moment
Nah,
like that? Are you patient? You're like, all right,
I
everybody
used to
set.
be. I
You used
used
to
to
be
be
like,
like
I'm
that.
fucking going now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I would just go first. I would take no run-ups and just go. But
Yeah.
these days, there's a bit more thought into it.
Yeah.
I guess because like the filmer, you're there to film the trick, so you want it to look good. So if they need time to set up, then you got to give them time to set up.
Yeah.
And it's like at this point, I know if I'm already there to try something, I know I'm gonna try it anyway. So it's like doesn't matter how long it takes to set
Doesn't
up,
matter.
really. Yeah.
Who of all the people that you filmed with, who takes the longest to set up?
Dave.
I would say Dave, because
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff.
yeah, and he's got a lot in his brain on like he's
Yeah.
got his 3 different angles and the run ups all at the same time.
Yeah, and he wants them all to be like perfect.
Yeah, he's
So
a
he take.
perfectionist. Dave's
Yeah.
Dave's amazing, man. And
Yeah.
then who's the
Yeah.
fastest? Who's quick draw McGraw? Rich?
Yeah, Rich is pretty like his stuff will just be out the bag,
Yeah.
ready to go kind of thing. Yeah.
Sometimes I think he doesn't even have like a mic on his camera. He just has a
No, he doesn't.
handle and raw
Yeah.
DSLR, and then
Yeah.
does something in post to edit the sound to make it work. But I don't know.
Yeah, just take it off another clip or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
Foley
crazy.
art. I started fucking with that. There's been times where like, for example, Eric Ballman did a manual to 180 peg bunk on a pole, and he did it. Like we're filming it for an hour and a half, and he's coming close and close, and he does one, but he doesn't touch the pole all the way where it makes a noise, and
Yeah.
I added the noise in. I cheated.
Yeah.
I cheated the clip, but it's
Yeah.
part of the game.
Exactly.
I
It
feel like
needs to be done sometimes.
I just confessed a sin, dude. A BMX sin. What are
Yeah, no
some
one's gonna know though.
I talked to Dustin who ran Rodeo Peanut. You remember that?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Good
what
old
are s-
days.
yeah, what are the are there any rules that shall not be broken in the BMX world?
Oof, where do I begin? Let me get my list out.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, number one at the minute. No, no, not number one. There's no particular order, but at the minute, what I see a lot of is like people just doing like these nowhere manuals,
Just
like
lifting up
how
in the middle of the yeah.
or like nowhere manual 180s, and it's like
Yeah, not off a
what you
curb, just
doing?
randomly. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's the biggest like red flag. Can't be doing that.
Yep, I agree.
Even if it's like a cab, like you can't be doing cab manual when it is still just go off a curve, like find something to do it off. Like
Yeah, or just don't do it. Like
yeah,
if you're adding a cab Manny 180 on flat at the end of a trick, it's just like
yeah,
that's unnecessary. That's not using a
yeah,
spot. So
yeah,
use the spot basically is what you're saying.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like what else we got? Um, this is a bit of a controversial one. The feeble over feeble. I mean, that's not really a go.
Really? Like
Yeah,
right side feeble on a rail to over feeble on the other side?
yeah. Like your front tire is just still on there. Like
Okay.
what
Interesting.
you doing?
So what can you do instead of that? Because this is new to me.
If
That's controversial. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's a bit of a touchy subject for some
Yeah.
people. Feeble over ice over
Okay.
feeble if you really want to get
I
into
like
it.
that.
But
I
yeah,
can see
that's
that.
how it goes. Yeah,
All right. So no feeble over feebles, no random manual 180s. Those are good rules.
yeah, yeah.
What about like etiquette when you're on a trip with the boys? What's a big no-no?
Ooh, yeah. Some people, especially some of these new guys, just come in. They're trying to get a trick straight away at every spot, and it's like if you film something at the spot first day, well, it doesn't matter what day it is, but like first spot, you know, like next spot you go to, you shouldn't be trying to get another clip filming for you. Like let the other people ride for a bit, you know,
Yes. Yeah. Share the love.
which is something I guess a lot of people don't really seem to get.
Yeah, there is etiquette and it takes time to learn. I,
Yeah, yeah, I guess it does take a bit of time to learn.
the new kids on the block, you gotta show them the way. Now that you're an elder, you put them under your arm. You say, listen here, kiddo. You take your turns.
Yeah, and back in my day, it wasn't as nice. People weren't
Yeah.
as nice as they are these days. You know, you'd learn quick.
What's like early memories of traveling? Like, cause I remember the Arizona trip you guys did. What's your favorite
Yeah,
like early memory of getting to go on a trip? Was it
yeah. I mean,
the
obviously that
Arizona
trip
trips? Yeah.
was one of my favorites. First time in America. We went to we were in California, stayed at the OSS house first for like a week, and then made the
Sick.
trip to AZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I guess first time overseas is always just crazy. My first trip,
Yeah,
I won. So did you know how I got sponsored? I got,
no, so,
I entered a contest, a video contest on Vital BMX to be put on the GT BMX project. GT
oh
came in
wow,
to Vital and was like, "Here, let's put a contest." I lost the contest because it was all park riders doing tail whips and bar spins and stuff. And then
yeah,
they were reviewing all the losers, and they were like, this kid's cool. He rides a free coaster and does hang fives, and let's put him on." So I'm
yeah, you
the least
nice.
talented guy on the GT team in 2008, and they took me to Australia for my first trip with
No
like.
way.
Yeah, I got to stay with Dave Delaware and his family, and Justin Cosman was
Wow.
there to film the whole thing, and I ate
Dillard's sick.
kangaroo. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dillawart's super sick. I love Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. He's so cool.
He's
Yeah.
triple OG, and I think he still rides or pedal
Yeah, yeah, he's
cruises
still
around the
around.
skate parks and
Yeah,
stuff. I got to
yeah.
talk to him.
You should. Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
great guy.
but yeah. Going overseas, like I was so young, I almost took it for granted. My dad was like, "You should do some tourist stuff, you know, like go to a
Yeah,
zoo and see some shit." And I was like, "I'm just gonna ride my bike, Dad." But in
yeah,
hindsight, I should have done some more touristy stuff.
yeah.
What's your speaking of traveling? What's your favorite place that you've been? Because I feel like you've been nearly all over the world.
Here
Nearly.
and there, nearly. Favorite place? I mean, Barcelona, I guess, is a go.
Yeah, facts.
But I feel like it's a bit standard these days.
Even still,
Um,
dude, even with like the overhype of it, it's still the best.
yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
is amazing. You know, Athens, where we were last week, was actually amazing. Like,
I
I've
believe
been
it.
there before, like 10 years ago, but I don't really remember it that much. And then going this time was mad, just like how many good spots there are. Like the locals were amazing. It's really got it. Like food, it's got it all.
Sick.
Like that's a really good place, yeah. Um, and Morocco was actually amazing.
I believe it. I
Not
don't e-
not the best spots, but everything else was amazing. Like food, the people, just like
the weather, the culture.
yeah, the culture there was amazing.
That was one of the things. I got to go to Barcelona as well, and I was like blown away by the culture. Just like the difference of like America versus a city like Barcelona, where you
Yeah,
walk to a mom and pop vegetable fruit store and get your food and then go eat. Like
yeah,
there's no McDonald's. Like it's beautiful. I love that. And everybody's
yeah,
walking everywhere and it's all super like laid back. The siesta is a real thing. Like the city's so quiet from, I forget the hours, but
yeah,
2 until 7, and then I don't know. It's just a different way of life versus the
yeah,
American grind out here. Wake up early, work 14 hours, then go to bed.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um I was just thinking when you said, what'd you say? You talked about Athens, and then so I'm earlier you mentioned like lockdowns. Is what's going on politically where you're at right now? Are they are they still in COVID weirdness?
No, that's long gone, all the COVID stuff,
What did you
thankfully
say? What
here,
did you say earlier in this? You said something's going on.
yeah. I can't remember what I was talking about.
I don't know my geography well enough. Are you close to this World War III shit that's about to happen?
No, not really, but when we flew to Japan for X Games, we had to fly around like Ukraine, Russia,
Yeah.
and it made the flight like 18 hours.
Shit. Well, it's
Yeah, it's crazy.
better 18 hours than to get shot out of the sky.
Yeah, I guess.
It's so
But yeah,
scary.
it's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
Ukraine was because we went to Ukraine the year before for that for a competition there, and it was like amazing, amazing city.
and all normal, and then
Yeah,
now it's a war zone.
yeah,
So crazy.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that's fucked. I wish everybody well. Let's stop the war.
yeah. Let's hope so.
I don't know. I hear from different sides, but I feel like we're on the brink of a nuclear war, which could be
It's seeming
like,
like it, but
yeah,
hopefully
so
not.
scary. Yeah, hopefully not. Let's,
Yeah,
peace and love, man. We hippies out here, dude.
yeah. Get a bike.
Let's talk about how long have you been with your girl?
Uh, Close to 2 years now.
Nice. That's a good
Yeah,
amount of time. That's when it's
yeah,
getting serious. How'd you guys meet?
yeah. Just on the internet, as it is.
Which app?
Tinder,
Tinder. Yeah, I dated a girl
classic.
from Bumble for a year and a half. It's apps are
Oh,
good,
nice.
dude. You know?
Yeah, it gets the job done.
Yeah, sure does. It's almost like window shopping. It could be addicting, especially when you're single and on
Yeah,
a trip. Like,
I don't think it's healthy.
oh, here's a good one. Who's the most thirsty on a trip that you've been on? Who's the most thirsty dude that you've seen just like constantly on Tinder, no
Oh,
matter what
Rich
city
one.
you're in? Rich one.
Yeah. In between clips, he's putting the
My
camera down,
man.
phone up. Yeah.
I love it. And I feel like he's probably got some success in there, you know?
Yeah, he's very successful. Yeah.
He's like, all right, lads, I'm off for the night. I'm gonna go meet up with
But
Shaniqua,
even
whatever.
before Tinder, like we'd be on a trip and he'd just cycle past some girl and he would just stop, cycle back and go and talk to her and just get her number.
I love that.
Like
Good
yeah,
job, Rich Foreign.
he's always been about it.
I love that shit. I had Dylan Stark. Dylan Stark came out for an Arizona trip and he was just like glued to his phone, just swipe, 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 swipe. He was like giving me advice while he's doing it. He's like, "Here's what you do, Bobby: swipe, 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 swipe. Increase your chances."
Nice, yeah.
BMXers on trips, man. We're horny devils.
Rough, yeah, rough.
I got to I was on a trip with Sabrosa in like Cleveland, Ohio, and I met a ratty girl at a bar and took her back to the hotel with us, and we all had a great not we all had a great time, but me and her had a good time. That's probably
Nice.
my most success story. Dude, when I lived in Florida, I didn't know anybody. I'm swiping on Tinder. I matched with this Brazilian girl, and
Hmm.
she didn't speak any English, so like we're using Google Translate, and she didn't live that far away from where I was. And so we ended up trying to go on a date. I didn't have a car. I borrowed my neighbor's moped, little red moped, and put my raincoat on because it was raining, and just and drove and picked up this Brazilian girl. Took her to a bowling alley. We're sitting there, only using Google Translate to talk. Like, "Hi, you're cute." She's like, "Thank you, you're cute too." And she's like, "You want to make out?" And I was like, "Yes, of course." And then we start making out, and like, she just stuck her tongue out, dude, like this. And
Really?
I was like, "What the fuck? What? The, I've never run into this before." So I put in Google Translate, less tongue, more lips, and it was a weird, awkward drunk night. And at the
Good
at the
story,
end
but
at the end of the night, I broke that moped and had to get picked up by that neighbor, and
oh
just
dear.
the walk of shame. They never let me borrow
Oh,
that thing again.
oh dear.
Oh fucking a! But in a serious relationship, I mean, how long did you guys wait until you moved together? Are you live together now?
She's moving in next month.
Nice. That's a
Yeah.
good amount of time to like figure out if you're serious. Do you think she's the one?
Yeah. Yeah. Or I
Hell yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah, exactly.
wouldn't
You
be
wouldn't
having
move
every
in.
day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
dope. Good for you,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you.
No pets. We got a girl. No
Yeah.
job. Just ride bikes. That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome. You're living the
Yeah. It's
dream, man.
pretty, yeah. Really am. So grateful for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, how did Monster come up? Like, how does one get an energy drink sponsor?
I don't know. I guess it was just riding and
Yeah,
riding a lot, putting out a lot of stuff. And yeah, I guess I was like pretty active in those days,
to say
putting
the
out
least.
edits all the
Yeah.
time, going to every comp.
So the advice would be go to every single competition, put out as many video parts as you can, learn
Yeah.
all the tricks. But you're at that point where you know all the tricks, but you get to like decide what tricks to do, which is like a really cool state. I don't know, not state. Position to be in. Like you can look at a spot and you're like, I could do this, and this, but I think I want to do this. Like now you get to like paint. I always use that
Yeah.
analogy with like Simone. Simone learned all the tricks, and now he just chooses what tricks to make his art with, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
that's
think
kind of the
you're at that point too.
the hardest bit is choosing what trick to do at the spot.
Yeah. What's your, what's your favorite? I don't know. What's your favorite spot use? I guess I don't know. It's probably hard to think of an example, but like, can you think of a scenario where you're
Yeah.
looking at a spot and you're like, I don't know what to do here, but then you figure it out and you're like, oh, I love that.
Um, Nothing for me really comes to mind, but like Garrett Reeves was always like my favorite.
Yes.
Like that low tech edit he had in the
Yep.
Sunday one, it was just like, you know, you see the spot and you just be like, oh my God, he just does the perfect thing at the spot.
Yes. He turns a non-spot into a spot with his writing. It's
Yeah,
fucking ridiculous.
yeah. I wish he would
Garrett,
come back.
I wish he would come back too. He's like
Yeah,
heavy in the cannabis and holistic health world now. Do you follow him on Instagram?
yeah,
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 he's doing his thing. I think
yeah,
there comes a time when every great writer's got to move on at some point.
yeah. I mean, he definitely left his mark with his
Yeah,
video parts for sure.
yeah. If you had to quit writing right now and move on, what would you do? What would you try and do?
I'd probably try and film, I reckon. Get
Yeah,
into filming a bit more.
sick.
Yeah.
Do you have experience filming like HD shit or outside
Yeah,
of BMX projects?
not outside of BMX really, but I got a new HD setup like just before COVID hit. So we
What's
did
the
a few
setup?
things. It's a GH5
Sick.
with a Canon 815 and a little, I forget the name of it, but the gimbal type thing. Can't remember the name of it. But yeah, I was loving
Zune,
filming with that.
crane,
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
whatever. Gimbal. Like one of
Yeah,
the stick gimbals or the
like
two?
kind of what Daryl has, like one of the
Yeah, sick.
foldable ones. But yeah, I'd like to do a bit more film with that.
Yeah. I heard that. I think from Peter, he told me that the better way is an upside down steady cam instead of a gimbal. And I was like, that's interesting because you get more control, but it's like a
Yeah.
learning curve. I don't, it's like, and just
Uh,
you have experience, you know what I'm talking about. When you film with the VX, like you have a really good in your head idea of what is in the frame. Like you don't even need to be looking. You can just
yeah.
do that and you know if you're
Yeah.
cutting their head off or not. But if you put it at the end of a steady cam and it's at the bottom, that's such a learning curve that I'm not willing to like,
Yeah.
I would be
But I
chopping
think it's
off heads like nobody's business.
but it's the same thing. Once you get used to it, you'll know where the position
Right.
of it is. So you'll just
Yeah.
get used to it. But yeah,
No.
I think I think the gimbal stuff, like some of Daryl's stuff, just looks like it looks so good when it's
Yeah.
just that smooth.
Champagne was a masterpiece. Like
Yeah,
Daryl
really
really
was.
put his all into it, and now he transitioned out to working outside of BMX, and I think Calvin's the new kink filmer, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Who's I don't know. Give me a list of like I think I asked you your favorite filmers. Did I?
No, not yet.
So give me your Mount Rushmore of BMX filmers.
Film is Tony Ennis.
Yep.
Like his, I just love the way that that camera looks, the HMC 150, whatever it is, HVX,
Yeah.
with that extreme
Whale
fish
eye.
eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think
Yeah.
that's like,
It's like the HD version of a VX. It's fire.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've never filmed anything with that, but I definitely love to
I got
make
to
the
hold
switch to that.
Mastronis at one point, and I was just like, "This is a workout." Like my biceps were sore after holding that thing with the fisheye kit and
Yeah,
everything.
but it looks so good.
It sure does.
So yeah, Ennis, obviously Rich's stuff,
Hmm.
Dave's stuff, of course. Um, who else? Navaz, I used to love his stuff when
Yeah,
he filmed.
Navaz is
Yeah,
goat,
yeah, his stuff is so good.
and just super OG. It's crazy how there's filmers that have been doing it for so long. I'm not sure what clip I was watching, but it was an old, really old clip, like from the '90s, and then I see Jeff Z in the background just filming, just a young Jeff Z. I was just like, "Holy shit, dude! It's so crazy to see."
Yeah, it's crazy the stuff he's filmed as well.
And then there's Sherbo, and there's
Yeah,
the kind of I don't think that becoming a BMX filmer is as much of a thing as it used to be because of cell phones and Instagram. Like,
yeah, yeah, definitely.
who's the newest filmer on the block besides Ben Norris? He's not even new. He's been doing it for
Yeah,
however long. Is there
yeah,
anybody that I
film.
don't know about that I should know about? What's the homie's name you said earlier? Luke.
Luke Finch Rice. Yeah,
Luke Finch Rice.
yeah.
Anybody else? That's
Uh,
a question I like to ask. Is like, so we'll do this for filmers and for writers. Is there anybody, any filmers that I don't know about that I should know about, and then any writers that I don't know about that I should know about?
I can't think off the top of my head. Filmers.
Yeah, fuck them. Filmers suck.
Yeah,
You and me are filmers.
there's just not that many, is it?
Would you consider? Yeah, you're a filmer, dude.
Used to be.
I'd say you put at least 10,000 hours behind the camera.
Probably way more than that,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
All right, let's talk about writers though. Like, who's around you that should be on everybody's radar?
Guy Scroggy.
Guy Scroggy.
Guy Scroggy. Don't know if you've seen him. Did look him up.
Yeah. G U
It's
Y.
pretty much it's pretty
Okay.
much all the young BSD team right now. Like
Okay.
there's Antonio Smallwood,
Antonio
Tam,
Smallwood.
yeah,
Got him. Shit, he follows me. Hi, Antonio.
yeah.
Following you back.
Joe Foley.
Joe Foley.
He's crazy. He's
Mr.
got some
Steez.
crazy, yeah, Mr. Steve.
All right.
And Tam Roaston. Tam Roaston.
I T. How do you spell it? TAM.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tam Roaston.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm following him already.
yeah.
Somebody told me about him.
Nice. Yeah, those are all the hits.
Shout out to you, boys. That's fucking awesome. Man, I'm fresh out of questions, Alex. What do you want to talk about?
Nice. No, I think all talked up.
If you could go back in time and talk to your, I don't know, when did you start writing? 5? You started writing when you were
Yeah,
5 years old?
yeah. I got my first Dig magazine in '98 when I was 5.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I was 8 years old and I didn't know what BMX was. That's awesome. If you
nice.
could go back in time to when you're, I don't know, 13, what would you tell yourself?
Just eat a bit better.
Yeah, just eat a bit better. Lay off the booze
Start,
and eat better.
yeah, start working out.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, those are my only things I would say,
I think
really.
you'll legitimately live longer if you just lift weights forever.
Yeah, I
That's
you just feel
real
better,
shit.
like
Yeah.
mentally and physically, like only
Do you do
benefits to it.
you do the sauna and cold plunge thing?
Yeah,
My
yeah, I
man.
love doing that. Yeah,
How long can you do in the cold plunge?
not long,
No.
not
Minute and
long
a
for
half?
my.
3 minutes?
Well, we don't really have anywhere to do cold plunge, so if I it'll just be like like outdoor swimming, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, in the
Yeah.
water for like 5 minutes or whatever. Like water's freezing.
Yeah, 5 minutes in freezing water is a lot. You have to really
Yeah,
breathe. Like
yeah,
I have a pool now that the weather's changed. I'm like signed up at this place where they have a proper cold plunge at like 39 degrees and
nice.
get in there and you just fucking just breathe and when you get out it's like a full day of being high. Like it's so
Yeah,
crazy. It feels so good.
that that's why I say to people that don't really want to exercise, I'm like, just go to the sauna. You'll get like
Yeah,
you get some of the
exactly.
benefits. Like all you got to do is sit there. Like it's
Yeah.
not hard work. Like,
And they're like, "What is hard?" And I start panicking. Yeah. It's uncomfortable.
yeah,
Yeah, some people they won't push through the mental thing of like getting in the cold. Cuz like
yeah,
everybody's first time you get in and then you start breathing all panicky and then you're like, I gotta get out, and you panic.
yeah,
But then you learn you can like control your breath, which controls your panic, and it's all worth it. That's I've been on
yeah,
that. I've been on that lately.
yeah. That's really fun stuff.
Just finished my workout before I came to talk to you.
Oh, nice. What were you doing?
So I joined this place called F45 because I need the structure, and
Yeah,
today's workout was just like a circuit, a high intensity circuit. It's a mix of cardio and strength training. So like
nice.
lots of squats, lots of like burpees. Fucking I hate burpees, but they're good. Lots of
Yeah.
crunches and uh like in the middle of it all you do a heavy set of chest press on a bench, which
Oh,
is
nice.
cool.
Hitting it all.
It's really good, man. F45, I think like it's near you too. Like when I signed up for it, I was like, how big is this place? They have franchises in every country all over the world, like
Oh,
5,000
that's sick.
franchises, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's super dope. Stoked on it.
Yeah, nice.
What's in the future for you, man?
I've just started back riding, so I'm just gonna, get back into that, get back riding, try and get back to the same level, and then hopefully get on some trips soon before the year ends, I hope.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Oof. Don't know. Eat steak.
Yes, sir. Eat steak. I fuck with that.
Have a steak for your dinner.
We talked about young. Oh, okay. Here's a question that I always want to ask: is what do you think makes a good BMX video?
There's no one thing. It has to be a combination. For me, it's got to be the filming, the music, the spots, the use of the spots. Like it has to be a combination of everything. Like,
Yeah, for real.
yeah,
What was your favorite video part of late?
the Lewis Mills
Yeah,
part.
pretty
Yeah,
perfect.
it had it all. Like the spots, the tricks, the music, the filming.
But even on top of that, the vibe. Like when Ben told me that Lewis intentionally wanted to film not in Australia schools, but in downtown where there's action going on and there's life in the
Yeah,
background, like that was intentional. And I was like, that's fucking sick, dude. That adds a whole
yeah,
nother thing to it.
yeah.
But at the same time, I was just in San Diego. I got a new shorty out there that lives out there.
Oh, nice.
Um, whoop, whoop.
Shout
She's
out.
she's got potential, future wifey potential. But she lives right next to this drop in that Dennis did into a pipe. Like if you watch his Asaya
Oh,
part,
yeah, yeah.
do you know what clip I'm talking about? It's
Yeah,
like,
the skinny pipe.
yeah, he jumps
Yeah,
over this wall and
it's the
then tire
craziest
rides.
clip.
It is seeing that shit in person, I was like, oh my fucking god, dude, Dennis Anderson is on a whole nother level. And then I
Yeah,
got
that
to
part.
that part is absolutely mental. I think that
Yeah,
could have won, but I think that the hype behind Lewis's one just kind of like took over because it was in the running, right? It was nominated, Asaya, right?
I think so. Or was
Yeah,
it last year? No, I think it
it's
was. I don't know.
it's something to do with like the timing and whatever. I'm glad Lewis won, but
Yeah,
that Asaya will go down in history as one of the best video parts ever.
yeah, and I
And I
feel
got
like
to
then.
meet him for the first time like last week. I
Oh,
I I
sick.
weaseled my way into Fudger's house, which is really nice, by the way. Hi, Fudger. Your house is phenomenal. It's so sick.
Yeah,
And
he's the best.
yeah, I just hung out and like behind the scenes of the podcast, they have a Kaczynski episode coming out where they're talking about Rails, and I just got to
Oh,
like
nice.
see the production of it. An in-person podcast is so cool, but it's like impractical for
Yeah,
me. I like doing this because then I can say buy it and then you go
yeah,
forever.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
so much easier to edit these two. I feel bad for unclicked. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's all love. I'm like, there's enough. I don't know. I think. Do you listen to podcasts?
yeah, a lot.
Do you listen? What kind?
My favorite's probably Flagrant
Flagrant's so good. I love Andrew
with
Schultz.
Schultz.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he's fucking
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah, he's good. And obviously Huberman quite a bit.
Oh, really? Nice.
That's
Yeah,
quite, it's quite
it's
heavy
heady.
going.
Yeah,
You gotta
that's
be in the
like
right mood.
you gotta start falling asleep. Lex Friedman is the same. Like I listen to Lex.
Yeah, yeah, I was
Did
about
you
to say
listen to
he's
the
quite
Kanye
mental.
episode of Lex Friedman?
No, not yet,
It
not
is
yet.
fucking wild and weird, dude. Kanye is out there.
Yeah, looking forward to listening to that. It'll be
And Lex handles
interesting.
him like pretty well. Like he pushes back on some of Kanye's crazy shit. I don't. This whole Kanye thing is pretty wild. Do you know what's
Yeah,
going on with it?
yeah, a little bit. I was just listening to the Flagrant today where they're roasting Kanye. It's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They got him pretty good. Yeah, me too, man. I love like
Yeah.
I don't necessarily listen to BMX podcasts, but like Two Bears One Cave is one of my favorites. It's Tom Segura's Your Mom's House. Rogan,
Yeah,
fucking
Rogan's always has some good stuff.
yeah. He just had Dr. Phil on. I'm listening to that today.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, BMX content wise, like I try and avoid it. I know Snakebite is a dope podcast that people should check out. HVX Goat. I'm aware of some of
Oh,
them, but
yeah.
I just don't. I don't know. I don't care. BMX has been my life for so long. I don't need to be listening to it, at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah. There's only so much BMX you can take in,
Yeah,
and
for real. This is one this you're the first person that I didn't really like research before we went in because I don't know you well enough, but
yeah,
yeah, like for example, like Devin Smiley, I had him on and I listened to a podcast that he did prior and you know it was,
yeah.
but I listened to it on 2 times speed. Let's just get this shit over with.
Yeah.
Well, fucking hey, man. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you for having me on. Been a
It's
pleasure.
really good to see you. It's been a hot minute. I hope that
Yeah,
we
hopefully
bump
I'll
into
see
each other
you
soon. Yeah.
in real life. Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah, it's Arizona season, so see if you can get some of the boys to come out. And
Yeah, that would be sick to come out there.
I got a couch, and I also have a couple homies who have houses made for BMX trips. So
Oh, sick.
yeah, just like
Nice.
I'm a
Thanks.
little bit more grown up now. I don't want five grimy
Yeah, I
BMX
know.
dudes staying in my house, but I know a place. I know a couple of places for you.
Nice. That's cool.
No.
Thanks.
And anytime like outsiders come to town, it's like it brings like life motivation to all the local riders. Like, oh,
Yeah,
we get to go meet up with them. Let's go film. And then it brings the bangers out. Everybody
yeah,
wants to put on. But
yeah.
yeah, I hope to see you again in the future. Fucking A. I feel like I'm missing something, but we're probably not missing anything.
Nah, it's all good. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for doing this, Alex.
Thank you.
This will come out
Peace.
on Halloween 30.
Ooh,
What's
spooky.
tomorrow? Today is Saturday. Yeah, it'll come out on Monday, Halloween.
Yeah, nice.
Are you gonna dress up for Halloween?
Nah, probably not.
Me neither. I just want to. I'm gonna set up a little table. I live in this community, and all I want to do is see kids and give them candy, like a grown up.
Nice.
Like
Yeah,
ain't nobody got time to dress up.
yeah.
All right. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
You made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you're on Dig's YouTube channel, make sure you smash that like button and turn on the bell so that you get notified when these episodes drop. We're consistent, at the very least, Mondays at 7 a.m. every week. I don't know how many weeks in a row we've done it, but we're doing it, man. And yeah, seriously, leave a comment below if you serious, especially if you're at the end of the video this far. Just leave a comment. Let me know who you want me to reach out to and talk to, who you want to hear from. Thanks again to Dig BMX for this partnership. This is fucking awesome. All right, have a good rest of your Monday.